Backyard Horse Enthusiast. This week, we're going to take a quick exploration into pasture management. Hey, not all of us have this beautiful landscape. Some of us only have a couple acres, some have 8, like myself. I've had up to 15 acres for my 4 horses. It's all about your imagination and your willingness to work with what you have, and it can be done. Yeah, this is gorgeous. It still has to be managed for sure. You have to move your cattle off of packs of land that they've grazed so they don't overgraze. And the same thing holds true to the horses you keep in your backyard. You know, we have 8 acres here, but we have 6 divided turnout areas for them. And that creates a space where we are rotating our pastures every single day so that they're not being overgrazed. Everybody gets some grazing in, and
Your goats
you
are
know,
very
it
beautiful.
still involves
Very
cleanup.
beautiful.
We have a big pasture vacuum that you pull behind your tractor and it picks up manure. Can use something like that. You can use a wheelbarrow and a pitchfork too. Um, at certain times of the year, you can in the fall, early spring, you can, use your manure and put it in the spreader and put that out there. I wouldn't recommend spreading manure and then letting your horses graze on it. You're asking for parasites. But there's so many different options. Also, I did an episode a little while back about fencing. There's a lot of options there as well. You can go with permanent. You can do step-in posts, T-posts, insulators, electric, PVC, wood, panels, whatever your budget can afford and whatever you are interested in tackling. Every property is different, but don't let your property limit you. Use your imagination. Might be a little more work involved, but it's obviously really worth delving into. Our horses are happy. They like to get 4 to 6 hours of grazing in every day. Usually, after about 4 to 6 hours, they we call it pasture drunk, which is silly. It's just because they miss their morning naps because they want to go out and graze. That being said, after about 4 to 6 hours, I bring them back to their dry paddock where their hay hut is and let them have a snooze. And usually they'll come into the shelter where the fans are and take a nap for an hour or so. And then that's it. Then they're off of the grazing for the rest of the 24 hours that remain. Um, we acclimate our horses slowly, starting in early April. This is New England, this is Connecticut. They start grazing for an hour or two on the new grass that's coming in, which is very sweet and yummy. So you don't want to let them overdo it. They're timed grazing, an hour, if that. If it's really lush, 15 minutes, pull them off. You don't want your horses foundering or colicking from too rich of a diet all of a sudden coming out of winter. Some people only have a riding ring and they have to turn their horses out. Okay, that works. So you do like we do, and you have a hay hut where you have 24-hour access to hay and a slow feed net. That works as well. They get mineral blocks at their disposal whenever they want them. They also get minerals in their grain in the morning every day. Horses will figure out the herd dynamics and the hierarchy on their own. That's how they existed in the wild, and they still, even our domestic horses, will still do it. And if you sit and watch your horses in the pasture, you'll see you have an alpha and then everyone else that falls into line. You know your horses are happy if you see them actually taking nice naps, laying down. That means they feel safe and secure. So there's really not a lot more to touch on. I mean, if you have horses that are prone to foundering or colic or whatever, get a grazing muzzle so they can still be out with their herd mates and not be stressed out because they have to be separated, but you'll be limiting their grazing. So there won't be that fear of laminitis. I love watching babies. Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. If you like what you're seeing and want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. Also, look in the description box to find out how you can get bonus fly predators from Spalding Labs. Oh my gosh, we have been using the fly predators for 6 years now. We love their products. All you have to do is mention Kimber Ley and the Backyard Horse Enthusiast when you're ordering, and you'll get a bonus pack of fly predators. Thanks for watching.